Hello, friends, and welcome to another day of multicultural research and studies. Today, we are going to conclude our intro to the course week by looking at how we're going to use Newsela. So we're going to do a quick tutorial with Newsela, and then we are going to do an example assignment, which you will come back to Schoology to do. So really quickly, when you log into Clever, okay, Newsela will look like this. Maybe you have used it in your history class or ELA class so far, but if you haven't before, then this should be a very informative tutorial. Okay, so you're going to click on the icon that looks like this, which is titled Newsela, right? And then let's watch this really short video. Once you're in Newsela, you'll click on any assignments right at the top there. Okay, so any new assignments will be there. You can also look at other articles, but we're clicking on the assignment. Okay, and then depending on the directions, you will read the article. You can change the lexile to make it more appropriate to whatever your level is. That's perfectly fine. For this assignment, it's a set lexile, but all the other ones you can set it. If you click on a word or highlight it, you can highlight it or make notes or annotations. If you ever see one of the words underlined like that, you can click on it and it'll give you a definition of the word. Okay, they're considered power words. Okay, and then you'll complete any activities that go along with the assignment. In this case, you're only going to be completing the quiz most of the time. Very, very rarely will you complete the right assignment. So you're really only going to be completing the quiz assignment. So you would access that on the right-hand side. Okay, so that was just a really brief tutorial with how we're going to use Newsela and basically, what you do once you get into Newsela. Okay, all right, so that being said, let's look at one together. So once you log into Newsela, your screen will look like this, right? And you're going to come up here to assignments. All right, and for this assignment, you are going to be clicking on this one right here, a poem by Nishan Cook. All right, it'll tell you, what the instructions are. So after rereading the poem, you're going to complete just the quiz. So remember, there might be other activities, but you are completing just the quiz. Always follow the directions. All right, so we're going to click on the article. All right, in this case, it's a poem. So remember what I said before, you can adjust the lexile up here. Because this is a poem, there's not really anything for you to adjust, so it's going to be at the one level. All right, but let's read this. From a Conversation, a poem by Nishan Cook. Then he explained how the Buddha instructed us to reflect on the body, our skin, our hands and feet, our body hair, our nails and teeth, our noses, our eyes, our minds, our hearts, so that we can see ourselves clearly in every person, no matter where. Okay, so the note here from the author is that this poem is an offering of gratitude for the healing power of love, and I hope with my whole heart that you enjoy it. Okay, so this actually came from a larger work, okay, but this particular poem, okay, kind of goes through how, each person looks at themselves, right? When we look in the mirror, what do we see? Do we see the color of our skin? Do we see how tall we are? Do we see our gender? Our body hair, our nails and teeth, our noses, our eyes, okay, our minds, our hearts, so that we can see ourselves clearly in every person, no matter where. So it's so important that you understand who you are, right? So that you can better understand others. And that'll be a big part of what we're going to be talking about in this course, right? So we are going to talk a lot about not only race relations, but we'll talk about people's perceptions of other groups of people. In this unit, we're going to talk about race relations, sorry. But just in general, we'll be talking about, how people see race and, and what that means for them. Some people, it doesn't mean anything, right? They don't see, the color of someone's skin, they see who they are. Okay, for some people, that's not the case. Some people, thrive on racism and prejudice and things like that, which is a negative way of living, but that's just who people are. So what this poem is really looking at is, you kind of have to reflect on yourself before you can reflect on how you deal with others. And that's a big thing. How do you want the world to see you? Okay, so what you are going to do now that we've read through this poem, you would click on activities, and then you're completing just the quiz. Okay, and there's 4 short questions that you'll complete. All right, and then you're going to come back to Schoology. You'll click on that submit assignment, create, done, and then submit again. All right, so reread the poem, complete the quiz, and then you'll be done for today. So that is a brief intro into Newsela. Of course, if you have any questions, feel free to visit my office hours or email me, and I will see you next time.